Hi, this is Dee at Aloha Astro. Let's take a look at the forecast for July 22nd. Moon transit in Cancer, Tuesday, July 22nd, highlights the material or emotional things in your life that you believe are beyond your reach or are only for others, not you, as the moon joins Jupiter in Cancer, and together they form a sextile aspect to Chiron in Aries, a quincunx aspect to Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, and a square aspect to Saturn conjunct Neptune, both retrograde in Aries. The Sun on its first day in the fixed fire sign of Leo creates a T-square aspect pattern with Chiron in Aries and Pluto in Aquarius to galvanize you with a passion and creativity so burning and electrifying that it hurts. And that sextile involving the Moon, Jupiter, and Chiron is giving you just enough hope in the kindness of the universe and other people to take a chance on pursuing your desires. The cradle angel wings aspect pattern that has been in place for several days, involving the Sun, Uranus, Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto, imparts a lighter and more anticipatory feeling surrounding your role in initiating or taking part in big changes or future plans, as the fire of the 0-degree Leo Sun harmonizes well with the air of Uranus in Gemini, also at the 0-degree. Something new and exciting could be germinating now, but Mercury retrograde in Leo sextile to Venus in Gemini and sesquisquare to Saturn and Neptune retrograde in Aries indicates that you can only imagine, dream, fantasize, or pretend on a small scale, and are not able to fully embody that new level of being at this moment. Mars in Virgo conjunct the South Node in Virgo in a Thor's hammer aspect pattern with Pluto and Venus will draw your attention almost obsessively to those big ideas or dreams. But don't let it intimidate you into backing down, hiding your intentions from others out of a fear of judgment, or using past failure as an excuse for not going after what you want. The path forward may be slowed by multiple retrograde planets at this time, but by taking measured steps and allowing yourself to feel comfortable with carefully controlled growth as you make necessary corrections along the way, you stand a good chance of succeeding at creating some rewarding shifts in your life. So here we've got a busy sky going on where we have the cradle with most of the outer planets involved, Uranus, Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto, that is definitely giving you a leg up to think bigger and move forward in a more expansive and it's just like going up in game levels, really, but applied to your life. How can you advance in a bigger way and become more? And then we have the interaction of Saturn and Neptune with the Moon and Jupiter today. And because both Jupiter and Neptune are benevolent planets, a square is not always as harsh when you have those planets involved. In this case, it's just making you perhaps slow down and maybe even think about preparation or what do you need to do in order to make something grow. And if you can't see yourself there in a bigger way yet, perhaps you need to break your plans down into smaller steps. That's also evident with some of the other aspects like Mars in pragmatic Virgo, making that square to Venus in Gemini. Those are both Mercury-ruled signs, so we have strong Mercury emphasis in here about the thinking, the planning, putting things down on paper, or using your imagination to look at the various scenarios. Keep fine-tuning the picture until you can clearly see what it is that you desire. And perhaps that is part of Mercury retrograde in Leo right now, because Leo does rule creativity, as well as that passion and courage to pursue what you desire. So do take your time, imagine the different scenarios, think about what things you might have to do along the way that are necessary steps in order for you to reach your goal. And I do very much like the quincunx that the moon is activating with Pluto, because this can definitely kind of pull you out of your shell and help you get over your own internal dialogue over things. If you're thinking, oh, I can't do that, I shouldn't do that, nobody will like that if I put that out there, that Moon Pluto aspect can definitely make you say, oh, what the hell, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it and I'm going to see what happens. And once you do put things into motion and you do put yourself out there, it actually just, greases up those gears and things begin to move. Doing nothing results in nothing. And I know that traditionally there are things you should not do under a Mercury retrograde, especially if they are first-time things in a big way that would be natalized and basically create a chart, let's say, of the business or anything else that is big and important. But there's still a lot you can go back over now in terms of your past dreams or plans and people you might want to reconnect with who can help you achieve your goals. It isn't a do-nothing time at all, while we have some nice aspects in place that are urging you to be creative, to try on some different ideas and dreams for size and see how comfortable you are with them. Then you can start focusing on the ways and the means. And while we've got Mars in Virgo, that's number one of the ways and means committee of the zodiac. Problem solving, figuring out how to do something. And if your desire and passion is great enough and you can't let go of that feeling or that idea, then it may be that you are meant to look at something that you were really wanting so badly in the past, but you couldn't make it work. And now that we have this configuration in place, perhaps you are ready. Perhaps you've gotten older, wiser, smarter, and you can handle it. All right, that's it for today. Enjoy this day and that Moon and Jupiter conjunction. Call your mom. Moon's in Cancer. That often does involve home and family, particularly mother. And enjoy some good food. Treat food as medicine today, especially emotional medicine. And eat well for a healthy body. And I'll be back again tomorrow.